Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here on a Monday with my guy Al Nuno's. Finna run through the car one more time. How you doing today, Al?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Off of an okay weekend for me. Yesterday, I had the Nuggets as my top play. Didn't go the right way, but two in one day, I had the Thunder Buddies and I had the Knicks. So, still got it done 2-1. I wish my best bet would have went through, but it's a Monday, start of a new week. We got the tournament starting this week in NCAA. So busy week, man, but a lot of money to be made. A lot of money to be made.
Yeah, I said it was pretty good. Although if I was LeBron, I might have had to sit this one out. I did stub my toe on the way out here, so you guys, we playing through injury here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, we got a nice little game, nice little card of games, so we can go ahead and hop right in. We go to the first game on the board. We got the Pacers facing the Pistons. The line has not gone up to 3.5. I told everybody this morning on the jam session I have no action in this game. I don't want any action in this game. It's a hard game for me to handicap. It's a G League type basketball game with all these guys out. I run through the injury report. No Turner, no Halliburton, no TJ McConnell. Buddy Hield, I'm still seeing game time decision. No Matherin. For the Pistons, no Stewart, no Bagley, no Burks, no Bogdanovich, no Ivy. I don't want no action in this one now. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, a lot of no's, but still got Buddy Hield here going for the Pacers. Chris Duarte. I think they still bring more to the table than the Pistons do, and not tanking quite as much as the Pistons either. So I like the Pacers to get the job done. This one, I'll lay the points with them.
For sure, for sure, for sure. On the show, I did say in a small lean this morning. I do lean Pacers, like probably on the money line. The Pistons, they're still competing for the worst record in the NBA with the Spurs and the Rockets.
Yeah, a lot of losses lately, but that being said, you mentioned that they've had a couple 2-point and a 1-point loss as well. So yeah, maybe not as evident as I made it sound, but I do like the Pacers here.
For sure. I like the Pacers too. I don't love it. I'm not betting it personally. Pacers are a better team, Steven. I do agree with you, but all these injuries, man, one of those weeks where we're gonna have so much action. I don't have to have action on the Pacers and the Pistons. So I'm gonna leave it alone today, man. We can head out to our next one. We got the Hawks and the Timberwolves. The Hawks now laying 6. I'm gonna check this injury report. Still, game time decisions are Rudy Gobert and Austin Rivers. Same thing for Bogdanovich, Bogdan, not Bojan, but Bogdan for the Hawks. And interesting game here. How you feeling about this one?
Yeah, interesting game as you said. Very some interesting matchups, up and down these lineups. A couple of pretty big question marks as well on both sides. But all that being said, I have to lean a full game. I'd lean towards taking the points. Halftime, I'd probably take the points with the Timberwolves as well. If you like the Hawks, the only place I really kind of might want to back the Hawks is in the first quarter, but I like the Timberwolves a lot more in this game. I mean, getting the points with the Timberwolves. I'm going to be shocked if the Hawks win the game.
And I'm pretty much on that same accord with you in this one, Al. The Timberwolves make my stomach hurt. They do. I call them the house of disappointment. But I don't think the Hawks are 6 points better than this Timberwolves team. I don't think so. I think these teams are closer to, Hawks -2, something like that. Hawks, they're not 6 points better than this Timberwolves team. The Timberwolves still right in the thick of things. The Timberwolves are currently in the 7th spot in the Western Conference. They control their own destiny, whether they want to be in or out of the play-in tournament. Currently, both teams sitting at 34 and 34. I definitely think the Timberwolves can keep this game competitive tonight. I probably should have put this one in. I didn't. I lean Timberwolves, but y'all know they're the house of disappointment. And every time, for some reason, I put my money on them, they don't come through. So it's a tough spot. I know the Hawks are not 6 points better than the Timberwolves, though. I do know that. So I lean Minnesota in this one as well, Al.
Yeah, not quite a premium for me, but might just be my pick on the drive-through tonight. Don't want to spoil it. I don't have one officially set yet, but I do like this one quite a bit.
For sure. Me too, man. And Willie, we do call him the house of disappointment for a reason. He took the words right out of my mouth, man. He took the words right out of my mouth. In our next matchup of the night, man, we're gonna head out to Miami. Here we go, man. Y'all know I love fading the Heat at home. They're laying 8 on the Jazz. I will say the Jazz are terrible. The Jazz are hot garbage. But in that same breath, we're laying 8 points with Miami, the worst home cover team in the NBA. How you feeling about it,
Al? No, you can't. Not only the worst home team in the NBA, but let me see. Hold on, pull this number up. I had it this morning. Miami 8-21-2 against the spread as home favorites. So laying more than two possessions with them, I just can't do that. They'll take the points here.
Really in that
it could be a tough one if Clarkson sits this one out. We've seen them really look bad without him, and Sexton in the lineup leaves them really thin at the point guard spot. But we're still getting 8 points with a pretty decent team. I know you called them hot garbage. I think there's worse teams than them in the league, and they still got, I think, enough talent on that roster to keep this one fairly close.
So, yeah, I seen you just mentioned JC, man. JC will not play tonight. I just double-checked. No Jordan Clarkson in the lineup tonight, which I guess was why the line kind of been going up. But I see a lot of people in the comments talking about THT. THT did have a real nice game in his last game against the who was that against? How many points did he have? Let me pull that up. Was it like 37 against Charlotte? Let me double-check. Yeah, he had 37 off 14 of 24 shooting. THT. I can see him having a nice game tonight.
Could have another big one. Yeah, Kyle Lowry in the lineup as well. He was questionable earlier. So definitely the injuries working out in Miami's favor, but still a lot of points to lay here.
For sure. I'm going to shoot straight right quick. So it is a terrible spot for the Utah Jazz, guys. It's their 6th straight road game. They just played 5 straight on the road. Now they're still playing Miami out here. They did win the previous 2. They beat Charlotte 119-111. They beat up on Orlando 131-124. They covered against my Mavs. So that's 3 straight covers for this Utah Jazz team, starting to play better basketball. Hence why I said before that, coming out of the break, man, this team, it looked like they were about to just go full-blown tank mode, drop out of the play-in, which they were comfortably in. They went on a little losing streak. Looked like they were going to tank it. But now they've won 2 games back-to-back, man, and I think we do see a concerted effort with them tonight, and they do at least show up, man. I like the Jazz probably early in this one, plus some points, maybe a first-half bet on the Jazz in this one for me, and I like them full game, man. I just don't think Miami should be laying 8. I'm going to be honest. I do think the Heat win this basketball game. I think this is a definite game that Miami Heat win, but covering 8 points? No, sir. Al told y'all the line earlier. I know I told it to y'all this morning. The Miami Heat, one more time, are they're 10-23-2 ATS this season. I've only covered in 30.3% of their home games. I'm not laying the points with them. I said on the gym session this morning, Al, I think me, you, and probably 3 guys that's watching the show right now could cover probably a 15-point line against Miami down there in Miami, man.
Yeah. I'll take the first 3 that drop like on the video. How about that?
Right. But for sure, yeah, man. I'm not laying 8 with Miami at home, man. Maybe on the road, I would give it some serious thought. At home, man, no way I lay the points with the Heat. James, you just took the words out of my mouth. No way I lay those points with the Heat. It's really just that simple. Not at home. We head out to our next one, man. A lot of y'all was mad at me for this pick this morning. We got the Grizzlies on the road facing my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. Interesting game, man. I was hoping by this time they were going to say my guy Kyrie Irving was going to be in the lineup. He's still a game-time decision, man. Still no news on if he plays or not. Line is only Memphis -1. Memphis, hey, I will say this. No Luka Doncic tonight for my Mavs. He's not going to play. He's dealing with some soreness. He's day-to-day, meaning he could be back in as soon as our very next game. Kyrie Irving, he did travel with the team to Memphis in the last one. Participated in the shoot-around in Memphis. Game time, did not play. If I'm leaning anywhere right now, I do think my guy Kyrie Irving plays tonight, man. And I think my Mavs win this one on our home floor. We have to win this one tonight. And it's not like the Grizzlies are at home where they go stupid, dummy, crazy, man. The Grizzlies are terrible on the road. I know, Al, I wouldn't look. I think it's like 7 of their last 8 they lost on the road, but it might even be worse than that. Who you liking this one, man? It's a tough one, though.
Yeah,
Mavs,
it's
I
really
will.
tough.
Also, the worst ATS team, the second worst ATS team at home. But we're not laying anything. We're actually getting them as dogs. So, how you feel?
Yeah, and that being said, that's the big stat here. If you don't look at ATS, is they're still 22-13 at home. Grizzlies just 12-21 on the road. So definitely not the best spot. But I think this one really just simply comes down to whether Kyrie plays or not. And the scariest part about that is looking at his most recent comments. I think he's going to wait to see where the money's at and then decide whether he wants to play or not to blow that money. But I don't know, man. Yeah, he's apparently not a big fan of sports betting, and when these guys have something to say about it, they usually like to make a point and piss people off. But if he sits, I still think I'd throw those home away records out the window and take the Grizzlies. They've been playing some pretty good ball here, and they're more used to playing without their guy. They've showed they can do that pretty well. Whereas I think the Mavs will be kind of lost without Doncic or Kyrie. So again, I really at this point the line I don't really care if it moves a couple points in either direction. I'm just waiting on the Kyrie news and gonna bet depending on that, betting Mavs if he plays, Grizzlies if he doesn't.
For sure. For sure. I feel you. I definitely feel you. Me, I'm gonna be honest, I already bet my Mavs today, man. And I also will say I've lost more money on the Mavs this season than any other team, and it's not even close. Mavs are a tricky team, man, but I really think Kyrie plays tonight. The Mavs currently sitting at 34-34, about to be in the play-in tournament if we keep messing around, man. I think we pull this one off on our home floor. I think, like you said, most of our problems with the Mavs is we're laying too many points. That's been the case too many times. We're overvalued. We win games at home. We don't cover. Today, I just need them to win. I already got in early. If I get burnt getting in early and Kyrie doesn't play, it just happens. But I think if he does play, this line flips again. The Mavs probably -2 or 3, and I'm getting some pretty good value. So I'm taking my Mavs tonight on their home floor. Fade them if y'all want to. I'm just telling y'all what I'm betting. I got to come here and tell y'all this because I don't want y'all mad at me if the Mavs come out here and lose. So
Yeah,
I'm betting the Mavs. I'm not telling y'all to bet the Mavs. I get it. They're terrible ATS. That's what I put in.
No, hey, anything can happen too, even if Kyrie does sit out, But yeah, those spreads I'm more worried about when they have a star on the court. Without a star, I think they got other problems to worry about as well. But we'll see how this one goes down. Best of luck to your Mavs.
For sure. We head out to our next one. We're still in Texas with it. We got the Celtics on the road facing the Rockets. Celtics laying 13 in this one. How you feeling?
Yeah, big number. You know how I feel about these. So if I really had to make a pick on the full game, it'd be Rockets. The way I would rather pick these is Celtics first quarter, Rockets first half, and then try to find a better line either way for the full game.
For sure. The big number definitely scares me. It scared me. But the side for me in this one is the Celtics. James, Ninos ain't laying 13. I really don't like laying 13 either, but I do think today is probably a spot where it's warranted. The Celtics, they have bounced back after the little slump they were going through. They beat up on Portland 115-93. Then they went on the road, beat up on Atlanta 134-125. We have seen the Rockets, man, be competitive in some games as they won back-to-back games against San Antonio. We've also seen them recently get blown out at home by the Nets. Tough spot. I lean Celtics to keep it rolling, though, man. Like I said, they've looked good in back-to-back games. Laying 13 is a big number. We saw another big number. I was on one yesterday with the Nuggets. They lost outright. They happen, man. But I think the Celtics keep it rolling here tonight and probably roll the Houston Rockets on a Monday.
Yeah, that being said, the Rockets are one of the two teams I probably would lay more than 10 points against. So, not thrilled about taking the 12. pregame. That's for sure. Definitely looking for a better number line.
For sure. Head out to our next one, man. The game of the day, in my opinion. Well, this one and the next one are the two game of the days. I'm excited for both of these, both at 9 o'clock. This one's on ESPN, though. We got the Suns on the road facing the Warriors. Line has grown. Warriors laying 5. Clean injury report is what I'm seeing. We know no Kevin Durant for the Suns. He's probably going to be out for some time. Looks like Draymond and Iguodala are game time decisions, but I do think they play. Warriors, the most night and day team in the league. At home, they're money. On the road, they're terrible. Are they money enough to be laying 5 today over the Suns, though, Al? How you feeling?
Yeah, it's another very similar game. We saw a big home away split. Here the Warriors just terrible on the road, as you said. Much better at home. Fairly healthy. I think Green and Iguodala are going to play. Both of them are seeing probable. We've talked about this team a little bit with Wayne last time we all got together on the show, after the show or before the show was, and we mentioned how what the Warriors were missing was that Wiggins actually right now, a guy that can drive and create plays that way, kind of break the defense down a bit that way. And I think what should be interesting to see is how Phoenix tries to play the Warriors here. I think if they come out and try to have a 3-point contest, I don't think they're going to win, not on the road here, not with the Warriors shooting at home. But if Booker shows us a bit of that slashing ability, then I think they could be a really interesting matchup. And all that being said, I think I still lean the Warriors to get the job done at home here.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me. I went back and forth on it this morning, but when it was all said and done, I kind of agree with ZMZ, man. Warriors going to lock in, treat this one like a playoff match at home. That's pretty much the same conclusion I came up with, too. And especially with the Warriors, the final nail in the coffin for me was the Warriors have lost to 3 previous meetings to the Suns this year. The Suns are 3-0 against the Warriors, won both in Phoenix and the last one in Golden State. Tonight, I think them boys come out hooping, man. The most night and day team. They're at home, though. They just beat the Bucks at home. Look good in that one. I don't know what it is, man. Like, do they have a magnet in the rim and Chase Center, or
you got to start? It makes you start want to believing in that stuff when you see how much better teams can do at home. Yeah.
For some reason, when they're in their building, they go crazy, and I think they do it again here tonight. I'm not gonna fade them on their home floor. The Suns, they've been playing good basketball. I'll give them some credit. They won 4 of their last 5. They did drop their last one at home to Sacramento, who was really rolling. And we're going to talk about them here in a minute. But I got to roll them Warriors tonight, man. It's just one of them things I just got to do. I've been on it all season. On the road, we fade them. At home, we roll them. I think we roll them again tonight, and I think they put it to the Suns, who had beat them the 3 previous times this year. I see that one. We get out to our last and final game of the night, man. Really, another really good game. Let's see. Giannis still a game time decision in this one. I'm saying clean injury report for the Sac Kings. We got the Bucks laying 2 on the Kings, man. How you feeling about this one?
Yeah, the thing about the Giannis injury here is that they are on the front end of the back-to-back. So I do see them leaning more towards resting him tonight. That being said, I have to lean Kings, but again, not making this decision before that's confirmed. They're getting 2 points now. Yeah, it's a bit of plus money, but nothing to go too crazy about yet. Because if Giannis plays, I like the Bucks a lot. So another one very similar to that Kyrie one we talked about earlier. Wait for the news, and then bet if it's Giannis plays, I'm going Bucks. If Giannis sits, I'm going Kings. And again, might have to lay like probably 2 points if he's out at most. So, yeah, I'm good with that.
For sure. This is another one where I do agree with you. Sometimes you wait for the injury news. Me, sometimes I try to jump the gun on the injury news. This is one, I jumped it on this one, man. I don't think he plays. Like you said, they're on the front end of a back-to-back. I don't think he plays. He doesn't play. He doesn't play. I'm sitting there with the Kings money line ticket at home. I think that's a great place to be, quite honestly.
No, yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, honestly, if you want to get the best line, I think, and honestly, I love playing that angle a lot of times. I'd be a lot more concerned with it on a line like the Hawks and laying 5.5, where it's right at that 6, where we've talked about. I really don't like laying more than 6 unless I really like a team. So if there was an injury news there we're waiting on, and then that goes to 6.5, I'd be a lot more pissed than this line going from -2 to pick 'em. I mean, yeah, sure, getting a little plus money is way better than laying juice. But
Sure.
again, an injury, like a question mark this big, is worth waiting for me. But I can't blame you. I don't think he plays either.
I'm rolling them Kings tonight, man. Light the beam. I need to have my guy Mills on here, man. Shout out my guy Mills. He tried to open my eyes earlier in the season to his Kings. He did. I got to give my guys Mills some credit, man. He tried to open my eyes to his Kings earlier this season. I came out of the break talking stuff about the Kings. I said, hey, I think they actually finna slip. I think they finna fall to like the 7th spot or so in the Western Conference. They came out and did the exact opposite. Since the All-Star break, guys, they've only lost one basketball game. They've won every other game since. The only one they lost was to the Minnesota Timberwolves, 138-134. Still kept that one competitive. This is also their 5th home game in their last 6 games. They've been at home for quite some time. They're working with revenge as the Bucks did beat them earlier this season, 126-113. The Kings are now up to the 2nd spot in the Western Conference right now. That's how good of basketball they're playing. In a tight Western Conference, the Sacramento Kings are 2nd in the West. I think they're getting disrespected. I don't think the Bucks should be favored on the road. I think the Kings should be laying the points, man. I'm fading the world. Even if Giannis plays, I'm still taking Sacramento on the money line. Let's light the beam and Sacktown. Let's keep it rolling. That's just how I feel, man. I might be wrong. Giannis could play and the Bucks could still roll. And even if Giannis doesn't play, the Bucks could still roll. The Bucks are the Bucks, you know. The Bucks are the Bucks, but light the beam tonight, man. I got to call Mills. Yeah, James, I got to call Mills and tell him we lighting the beam tonight, man.
I tell you what, though, if Giannis plays and Kings still win, I will be doing some investigating on those magnets. I'll tell you that.
The Kings could score with the best of them, though. That's what people don't understand. Is like
I know.
Defensively, yes, they have some issues, but they can score with the best teams, man. You know, if we can put the ball in the bucket more than y'all can, we win the basketball game. So that's what the Kings been doing all for most of the season. What's the total? 244.5. That's high, especially for a Bucks game, I feel.
Yeah, that's a pretty big number.
So, you know, I don't really have
juice to the over.
Yeah, I don't really have so we'll see how it plays down. But I like the Kings in that basketball game. You want to cook up a parlay before we get out of here?
Yeah, we can.
For sure. I'll go one. Well, you go first, you go one, then I'll go, and then we can agree on one.
I'll go. I'll take. Fuck. Sorry. My bad. I'll take the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves?
Yeah.
T-Wolves plus a 6. Not a bad place to be. I will go. I'm gonna go Jazz.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Jazz, man. Continuing to fade Miami on their home floor.
We both agree on the Warriors.
GS, let's get it done today at home. Continue rolling. 3-teamer. I like it. Timberwolves, Jazz, Warriors.
Sure.
Let's roll it. Kind of like.
You got another one for that last one.
Nah, I like it. I like that 3 right there. Unless you want to go Celtics, but I kind of like the 3 how it is. 13, I'm a little nervous about it. I can see it being a 10, 12-point win. I just don't. Yeah, I like where we at. Timberwolves, Jazz, Warriors, 3-teamer. Let's get it done today, man.
I like it.
It's me, your guy Jay Briggs, on a Monday with my guy Al Ninos, trying to make some money. I got my $15 NBA Jam Session play still up there for sale. You can scoop it up. I did drop yesterday with the Nuggets. We bounced back on it today. I love today's $15 NBA Jam Session play, man. Scoop it up. Let's make some money on a Monday. Al, what you got for sale over at Pick Dogs?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack in the NBA, 3-pack in the NHL, and I have my $15 NBA play out there as well.
Yes, sir. Scoop those up, man. Let's make some money on a Monday. See y'all in the morning, man. I'm out of here. I'm on Twitter active, so y'all can tweet me and all that good stuff as well. So let's make some money today. We out of here, man. Peace.